If you're over 60, this may surprise you. A fruit many seniors eat for good health could quietly increase stroke risk overnight, and most people have no idea it's happening. As a brain-focused physician, I want to be clear and calm with you today. This is not about fear. This is about awareness, timing, and smarter choices that protect your brain as you age. For decades, we've been told one simple message: fruit is always healthy. Natural sugar doesn't matter. Eat fruit freely, especially at night. But the aging brain does not respond the same way it did at 30 or 40. After age 60, the brain becomes more sensitive to blood sugar swings. Blood pressure changes more easily. Blood vessels stiffen, and inflammation can rise quietly while you sleep. That's where the concern begins. In my clinical work and research reviews, I've seen a pattern that shocked even me. Some fruits, especially when eaten at the wrong time, in the wrong form, or in large portions, can trigger a chain reaction overnight. A rise in blood sugar. A stress response in the brain. Thicker blood in the early morning hours. And added strain on already delicate blood vessels. You wake up feeling normal. But inside, your brain worked harder than it should have. Now let me reassure you. This does not mean fruit is dangerous, and it does not mean you should stop eating fruit. The real issue is which fruit, how much, and when. Most seniors are never taught this difference. Instead, they follow habits formed decades ago. Fruit juice before bed. Large bowls of very sweet fruit at night. Dried fruit as a healthy snack. Or fruit paired with nothing else to slow sugar absorption. Over time, these habits can quietly raise risk, not just for stroke, but for brain fog, morning headaches, and poor sleep quality. The brain is most vulnerable at night. Blood pressure naturally shifts. Hydration drops, and recovery systems are working in the background. What you eat in the evening matters more than you think. One specific fruit stands out, not because it's bad, but because of how quickly it affects blood sugar and circulation in older adults. Many seniors eat it daily. Some eat it right before bed. Most believe they are doing something good for their heart and brain. That belief is what worries me, because the science tells a more nuanced story, especially after age 60. In the next part, I'll explain exactly what happens inside the aging brain overnight, why this fruit behaves differently in seniors, and the common mistakes that increase risk without warning. Let's slow this down and make it very clear. After age 60, your brain changes in quiet but important ways. Blood vessels lose flexibility. Insulin works less efficiently, and the brain becomes more sensitive to rapid sugar spikes. This does not mean something is wrong with you. It means your body is aging normally. The problem starts when old eating habits don't match an aging system. Now, let's talk about the fruit that concerns many brain specialists. It's very sweet fruit with a high natural sugar load, especially when eaten alone or late in the day. Common examples include large servings of bananas, grapes, mangoes, and fruit juices made from them. Again, these fruits are not evil. But timing and quantity matter more after 60. Here's what happens when a senior eats a large portion of very sweet fruit in the evening. First, blood sugar rises quickly. Even natural sugar causes this. Second, the brain responds with a mild stress signal. This raises nighttime cortisol, the stress hormone. Third, blood becomes slightly thicker during sleep due to mild dehydration and sugar-related changes. This is subtle, but real. By early morning, when stroke risk is naturally highest, blood pressure can spike more sharply than it should. Most people never feel this happening. They just wake up tired, foggy, with a dull headache, or with stiff hands and a heavy feeling in the head. These are not diagnoses. They are signals. Now let's talk about the biggest mistakes seniors make with fruit. Mistake number 1. Eating fruit alone, without protein or healthy fat. This allows sugar to hit the bloodstream too fast. Mistake number 2. Eating fruit late at night because it's light. The brain does not want sugar surges during sleep. Mistake number 3. Drinking fruit juice instead of eating whole fruit. Juice removes fiber, the brain's natural sugar break. Mistake number 4. Assuming natural means unlimited. After 60, portions matter more than ever. Mistake number 5. Repeating the same fruit every day without variety. Different fruits affect the brain differently. Now here's something important and hopeful. You do not need to give up fruit. You do not need extreme diets. And you do not need fear. You need small adjustments. When fruit is eaten earlier in the day, in modest portions, paired with the right foods, it can actually support brain health. The problem isn't the fruit itself. The problem is outdated advice that doesn't account for aging brains. In the next part, I'll walk you through simple, medically safe daily habits you can use immediately. No supplements required. No complicated rules. Just practical steps that protect your brain and circulation. Day and night. All right, let's stop focusing on fear and restrictions. Let's talk about what truly matters. Smart, simple daily habits that work with your aging brain, not against it. These steps are medically safe, realistic, and senior-friendly. There are no extremes and no stress here, just calm, consistent protection for your brain. First up, habit number 1. Move your sweet fruit to earlier hours. This is probably the most important adjustment you can make. After you turn 60, your brain and your blood vessels are much better at handling sugar earlier in the day. It's in the late afternoon or evening when problems can start to arise. So, what should you do instead? Try to eat your sweeter fruits, like bananas, grapes, mangoes, or ripe pears, before 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Morning or lunchtime is absolutely ideal. During these earlier hours, your muscles use sugar more efficiently. Your brain tolerates glucose better, and your blood pressure regulation is much more stable. So, what should you avoid? Large servings of sweet fruit after dinner, as a nighttime snack, or right before you go to bed. Just this one timing change alone can significantly reduce the overnight stress on your brain. Remember, you're not cutting out fruit. You're simply enjoying it at a time when your brain can handle it best. Next is habit number 2. Always pair your fruit with a sugar slower. After 60, fruit should never travel alone. When you eat it by itself, the sugar rushes into your bloodstream way too quickly. That's what creates that nighttime strain we talked about earlier. Instead, pair your fruit with a small handful of nuts, a spoonful of plain yogurt, a slice of cheese, or even a boiled egg. This simple pairing slows down sugar absorption, reduces the release of stress hormones, and keeps your blood sugar much steadier for hours. For example, instead of a whole banana by itself, try half a banana with a few almonds. Instead of a bowl of grapes alone, have a small bowl of grapes with some yogurt. Your brain loves stability, and this habit provides exactly that. Now for habit number 3. Choose brain-calm fruits in the evening. Not all fruits are created equal. Some raise your blood sugar very quickly, while others are much gentler and calmer for the aging brain. So, if you really enjoy having some fruit later in the day, just choose wisely. Better evening options include berries like blueberries and strawberries, apples with the skin on, small portions of pears, or a kiwi. These fruits contain more fiber, they cause a slower sugar release, and they're much less disruptive to your circulation at night. Of course, portion size still matters. One small apple is helpful, but 3 apples are not. Think calm, not quantity. And finally, habit number 4. Protect the brain before sleep. The brain is most vulnerable overnight. This is when the risk for things like a stroke naturally rises, especially in seniors. So, our goal is to reduce that nighttime strain. Here's a simple evening routine. About 90 minutes before you go to bed, stop eating all sweet foods. Drink a small glass of water and completely avoid fruit juice. If you feel hungry, choose something with protein or a light fat, not sugar. This routine helps prevent your blood from thickening overnight, supports steady blood pressure, and improves your sleep quality. And better sleep means better brain recovery. So, why do these habits matter more than you might think? None of these steps are dramatic, but your brain doesn't need drama, it needs consistency. These small daily choices add up. They reduce those morning blood pressure spikes, support the health of your blood vessels, lower silent inflammation, and can even improve your mental clarity. And most importantly, they give your brain peace overnight while you sleep. In the final part of our series, I want to leave you with a message of reassurance, motivation, and hope. Because it is never too late to start protecting your brain. If you remember only one thing from today, let it be this. Your brain is not fragile. It is adaptable, even after 60, 70, or beyond. What it needs is support, not perfection. Many seniors believe the damage is already done, that years of habits can't be changed, that risk is fixed. That simply isn't true. The brain responds quickly to better rhythms, better timing, better balance. Even small adjustments, like when you eat fruit, can reduce strain almost immediately. You may notice clearer mornings, less head pressure, better sleep, more stable energy. These are signs your brain feels safer. This message is not about removing joy. Fruit can still be part of your life. Meals can still be enjoyable. Health does not require fear. It requires awareness and kindness toward your aging body. Remember this gentle rule. Earlier sweetness, smaller portions, better pairing, calmer nights. That's it. You don't need complicated plans. You don't need strict diets. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to stop asking your brain to work harder than it should, especially while you sleep. If you found this helpful, share it with someone you care about. Many seniors are unknowingly following advice that no longer fits their age. Knowledge is protection, and calm knowledge is the best kind. Thank you for spending this time with me. Your brain deserves it.